Welcome once again to Conscripted, episode number 12. It is currently the 21st of Virdum, and we rejoin the party. So, who remembers what you guys were doing today? As you're nearing the start of a fresh new day.
Murdering forest creatures.
We were preparing for our journey to Kminster, I think.
That is correct.
We're getting ready to go there and hopefully do not fight any more animals on the road.
And why were you going there?
We have to prove to the gnome that we solved the issue. So if we return, it's proof that there are no more attacks to be had on their caravans, I believe.
Very good. That is a relatively effective recap. Anybody else want to add any bits and pieces that might be missing from there? Anything they think was particularly important?
If we fail, we're going to get disciplined by the Aeroform military.
Probably execution, who knows? I'm trying to steal a hat of this guy. Which, I don't know, did he ask for those back? I guess we didn't.
They have not been asked for back yet, because technically you're not finished with the mission.
Okay, true.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was essentially just one pretty involved fight. And then getting back from the fight and negotiating with the shapeshifter. That was kind of it.
All right. So, you guys have that evening to do things that you may want to do prior to the following morning's departure. Actually, did we say 2 days?
We said 2 days.
So the 23rd.
A couple days.
Yes. So, is there anything people want to do in town?
I would try and be merching some of this random stuff we got. Because I'm not carrying around fucking wheels of cheese. I'd be trying to identify some of this loot. And then I also need to upgrade my armor.
Okay. Alright, so let's look at wheels of cheese. Got those in my notes.
A shot at spellcraft. And if I fail, Michelle can do her spellcraft spell.
Oops, those are all campaign notes.
For the magically delicious wheels of cheese.
Yes, they're all magical.
This first is for the scroll, and the second is for the wand.
Yep, I'm having that problem again where my item notes are not there. Okay. Alright, so the first you said was for the scroll?
Yep.
That is a scroll of Summon Monster 2.
Ooh.
And the second is a Wand of Detect Magic.
I was gonna say, like, you just don't tell me if I fail for this one, but it actually just is a pass because it's a 0 level, right?
Yep. Well, also, it has symbols on it that identify what the item is, so that gives you a reduced or an increased chance of discovering its purpose.
And charges on the wand is...
It is at full charges.
Which is 50?
Yep.
Okay.
So, unloading those is going to be really difficult. Unloading a Wand to Detect Magic, you can probably manage to sell it for about 175.
Yeah, still might as well. I mean, it's pretty redundant with 3 people in the party that can cast it at will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so I will. Do you want to roleplay that, or is that
We'll
just?
use magic
No, I
device.
think that's pretty straightforward, unless you want to try to bargain it up.
Nah, that's fine.
Okay. And then the Scroll of Summon Monster, they're willing to pay you bulk price, because Summon Monster 2 is not like a highly sought after scroll. So they're willing to pay you 50 gold for that.
I'll keep that scroll.
Okay.
That's an interesting one that could actually have some equity.
Okay.
I like to try and experiment with stuff like that.
In a lot of ways, they're pretty happy not to have to buy it from you, because it's one that'll sit on their shelf for probably years before somebody finally walks in and wants to pick it up. So, and then the cheese. The cheese is going to be a little bit difficult to unload it first. Does anybody have... You guys have spent some time in town, so does anybody want to either give me a knowledge local or a diplomacy check to see if they can find somewhere to unload it? All right, the combination of Spinx and Cassius, you are able to find a pretty good place to unload it since you have so much, and you have those hats of disguise. Asking around, you find that you could probably sell them for at the very least wholesaler rate to somebody at the quantity that you have. And that would fetch you... God damn it, where the fuck did my notes go? Thank you. That would probably fetch you, for the bundle, 60 gold.
Or total.
Total.
We also have... Crap. So much.
Yeah, the miscellaneous stuff people aren't really going to be willing to buy. That's kind of keep it if you want it, pitch it if you don't.
Does anyone want a vial of ink, a wooden drum, a bolt of linen, or a fishing net?
Or one of the 39 hammers.
No, I'm good.
I mean, I'll take the ink
Okay.
and
Back to the party.
It
I'll take
is
the fishing
slightly
net.
higher quality ink. So it is
So
useful
no-
if down the road you want to use it for scrolls.
So no one wants to mass buy our boots or hammers?
Nope.
I'll take a hammer.
Alright. I will... You may add a hammer, and I will the rest of them.
Okay.
I'm taking that fishing net as well. Do some
Okay.
fishing.
Anyone want the wooden drum or the bolt of linen? Going once.
Nope.
Wooden drum's a good spell component.
We don't have any bards in the party, you know? Alright. That resolves all the inventory nonsense.
Cool. I am going to kill this then.
So 235. It's almost at a point. The party loot fund has so much gold that it's. I mean, for a while, if we just want to divide it 5 ways, unless we want to have a massive amount in the party, I don't know what that accomplishes, but.
Well, why don't we have
yeah.
the party have a discussion about this? So maybe this can be a good dinner conversation for the party. What is the plan for the party fund? Because the party fund was created in a bygone era at this point. I know that's weird to say because it's been, what, like 6 days?
Well, and the thing is, it might be reasonable to scale it, because when you guys probably came up with this system probably like at level 1, when like a hotel room is a massive amount of wealth. But now we're at the point where the party fund has about 1,700 gold, which is like a lot of hotel nights. And you keep adding more into it if we want. I don't know what as a party we would ever that would be that like expensive.
So we're discussing this over dinner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just speak up and say, well, Madronicus, you bring up a good point. Perhaps we should have cap out at a certain amount and we pay the rest out evenly.
Like,
perhaps a maximum 300
I would almost say
gold.
a better system might be to make sure that our party fund is always at some amount.
Right.
And if we're ever not, then the first currency we get goes to recapping that.
I agree
kind of.
with that.
That might make more sense than a straight up, just because otherwise, I mean, unless we're looking to like stay at like the highest quality hotel in town, which I don't know if we'd ever. I don't know how long it would take us to even get through our current fund. Probably take us years.
Well, there's only 2 inns in this town, and we're currently staying at the highest quality one.
Right. So at the highest quality one for all 5 of us, we could stay here for a year and a half.
So I will say this though, Cassius. You do remember, and I just want to make it aware to you guys that this is possible in case anybody is interested in this and thinks that in this game you can't. The party that you would have went out with initially, they actually owned property that was kind of their personal like home base of operations. So the military doesn't allow you not to own property, but it does have very specific rules about your property. Well, you are a member of the military, that is technically also military property, so they are allowed to quarter soldiers in that property. It very rarely happens unless an act of war is declared for some reason, or the town would have to be invaded. So there's not necessarily too many drawbacks to it. And if the whole party were to die and you didn't have like a bequeathal system set up, then obviously that land becomes the military's land. And they can do with it what they please. So that is an option, just in case people didn't know that was there. But I'm not saying that's an option you should or have to take. I just want to make sure you guys know that buying land is still allowable, even as a member of the military.
Okay, I'll bring that up to the rest of the party in case they weren't aware of it.
Okay.
That's a good point. Are any of us interested in owning a small base or a small base of operations?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but where would we try to locate?
Yeah, that would be the weird thing is.
Chrysizen?
I like Chrysizen.
It's a fairly stable city, it seemed. Seemed like there's a lot happening in there. It could be a good place to own some real estate.
What are we gonna do with a base though?
Keep valuable items we don't want to carry on our person, that sort of thing. Other than that, I'm not sure. Just a place that we know that's safe, that's ours. Good to have. We can just look into it, see how much it costs.
Yeah, I mean, like I have never owned anything. I don't. It could be something nice. I wouldn't even know what to do with a place that I own, but could be nice to have somewhere away from all of the chaos to relax.
I mean, if the only reason we're getting it though is to very rarely stay there and to store our items, I mean, wouldn't a storage locker be more reasonable? And
Probably.
maybe there's some other way. Like, I don't know, maybe if we're talking about like investing into some sort of building to like rent out and actually gain more gold from, that might be worth thinking about. But I mean, we don't really have a purpose for a base that I can tell.
Perhaps a thought for the future. But yes, perhaps we can look into some sort of investments. We could be putting this money to use.
Yeah, or maybe some non-property investments too. There might be something that we can do with it that way. And that way, you know, the party gold is earning us all even more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially in Chrysizen, because Chrysizen's got a lot going on down there.
So I guess I'm wanting to do things democratically. So I would say, if democracy is even a term in this world,
Democracy is a term. It's just it doesn't exist as far as the military is concerned. The main leadership of RA4 is actually a democracy, but the military kind of operates as its own separate entity. Like when the unification, because years and years ago, back before the unification front came and changed the role of the country. Each of the cities were kind of divided in their own kind of nation states of sorts. And so they controlled regions around their area, but all of them were sort of independently operated. So this series of groups gets together and sort of brings together all of these cities under one umbrella, but the military doesn't want to agree with that system. The military wants to remain this kind of we control ourselves, and if you need things, you'll compensate us for those things. And it was one of those kind of bigger stick diplomacy situations where, like, you know, the military has a storm giant that's on hand. Who's gonna, like, honestly go toe to toe with a storm giant, regardless of what kind of military strength they might have? And at the time, they definitely did not have the power to be able to confront such a creature and an entire military alongside it. So that's kind of like the layout. And so diplomacy does exist, and it is in force for decision making that doesn't have to do with the actions of the military.
Okay. Well, in general, like I'm fine with the democratic approach on this. It sounds like there's two proposals we have. One is we keep doing the 1/6 system and just keep that growing, and hopefully we find an investment for it. And the alternative would be what I was proposing, which is cap the system at like 1,000 gold, and everything after 1,000, anytime it's over that, gets just distributed 5 ways. So if you're in favor, does anyone have a third system they would like to propose? Or is that
We could do a combination of both,
Yeah.
where we cap it at 1,000, and then whatever is after that, we just take that sixth and invest it in whatever.
so after 1,000 we're still doing a 6, but then we have an additional amount that we want to be investing?
An investment fund.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we could always do it that way, and that way we always have something left in the party funds too, just in case.
I was
my
thinking more.
thing with that is if we can't be finding investments immediately, we're always it's just gonna function the same way as the other system.
Yeah, so my thing was cap it at whatever value and distribute the rest until we have a goal in mind of something to use it for.
Sure.
Until then, I think we should be not keeping so much money in the party fund. Until we have a purpose.
Do we have enough information to really make this vote right now, though? Shouldn't we look at what property might be worth? Like, because that's what we were considering, right? Was getting property. Like, it might be more than 1,000. I don't know.
Well, so what I heard, just to make sure I heard this right, is there were the idea of buying property, the idea of buying property that would return you money on your investment, the idea of investing in someone else's property or somebody else's establishment for a return on investment, or creating the party fund cap. Those are the options I've heard so far. Does that sound correct to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So, I mean, we should, before we really make a decision, shouldn't we check around how much property might cost?
Sure. My only concern is there's a lot of money in the party fund apparently, and does anyone need any upgrades to their gear? Perhaps we should.
Well, I have enough for whatever expenses I was looking to do in town before we depart. I was just like letting you guys know that there just seems vastly too much in here unless we have like some sort of investment. But even if it's going to take us a lot of research and time to figure out the investment, it still could be. This could do more for us in the short term right now than and as we like figure out what we want to invest in, then we can start actually setting aside a large amount to invest.
Do we have more than 1,000 in there right now?
Yeah, we have close to 2,000 because we just got 235 more, and we had 1,572 gold. All right. Well, I mean, I guess do we want to put it to a vote for now? And like again, this isn't set in stone. It's just like how we want to operate for now.
Well, if everyone has their own funds available for anything they need right now, I suggest we just leave it alone until we figure out what we want to use it for.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's vote. Like, let's just see what people want. Because, so, if you want to keep it the exact way, so just keep doing the 6th. Raise your hand. If you want to do it with if you want to do it with the full cap system. So there's 3 options. The second option is just a straight up cap. So it's the 1,000 and everything after is distributed only 5 ways. If you want that, raise your hand. And then the third option is the 1,000 cap. And then we still divide it 6 ways, but we'll have like a separate amount, which is to be invested at one. If you want that, raise your hand.
I'm all for investing.
All right, so we had 1 hand raised.
We had 1, 1, and 1.
Yeah.
Sphinxora and Zeke, we need a vote here. We have an odd number, so it's perfect for voting. So there's no opting out here. I'm going to have to request you make a vote. Sphinxora. That's an order.
Okay.
Mal
Fine.
giving out orders for the first time.
Well, okay, so with the second option, we're talking about dividing up the extra 1,000 right now.
Anything over 1,000, we would divide, yes. Including right now. But in general, in the future, if we would ever acquire over 1,000, it would go in. It's basically, we just want 1,000 in the fund at all times. Or if it temporarily dips below that, that's fine.
And then we would reevaluate, though, if there was other things that we were interested in.
Yes. This
Okay.
isn't forever. This isn't forever. This is literally I'm just trying to figure out if we're like over preparing for something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with number 2. Like, as long as if we find something that we want to invest in or whatever, that we reevaluate. Sounds good. Number 2.
Okay.
I'll
So
agree
now-
and go with option.
Okay, I was gonna say now if you vote and make a tie, I was gonna be like, all right. Then now your next level show. Okay.
Oh, is that not why we had 4 options?
Well, yeah, she's gonna agree with Arius, and then Sean is gonna agree with me.
Well, I'll change my vote.
All right.
All right.
So that is the case. Everybody can add 161 gold and 4 silver to their currency.
2 campaigns, 2 financial discussion periods.
It's kind of an important thing to do at one point, right? Otherwise, it's like
Can we repeat that? How much?
161 gold and 4 silver.
161 gold.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
how much
interesting.
silver?
The party fund is the party member that stayed alive the longest.
How much silver? Sorry.
4 silver.
Only 4 silver? Okay.
Well, it's just the decimal after I did the division.
All right. I'm good to go.
All right. Any other important discussions before the end of the evening?
I would just let the party know I'm planning to get that banner made for our caravan, if anyone remembers, at the end of last session. I am getting that made.
Okay.
And it's coming out of the party fund. I'm not paying for this thing myself. It's for all of us.
I would also. So I'm still looking to buy myself.
Wait, we could have brought that bolt of cloth to them, maybe made it cheaper.
You can still
Well,
have the bolt of cloth if you'd like.
I'm pretty sure the gnome said, like, because I brought it up to him and he said he would, like, it would be fine to, like, use this, like we should be free, I guess. Or, I don't know. It should be cheaper for us because we're doing it for them or whatever.
Well, I mean, if you also bring the bolt of cloth, though, you might actually get it for free.
Okay, well, I'll add the bolt of cloth.
Okay.
In my character sheet now.
Ah, got him to take the bolt of cloth.
Got him.
Mine.
You wake up in your sleep, dreaming of strangling Sphinxora with a piece of cloth.
Then it turns out to be real. Jack got you.
Oh,
Jack
Hanging
was
out again.
possessing the cloth.
We never did check the cloth for spirits.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
All right. But it is evening now, so if none of the stuff you guys want to accomplish is particularly for the evening, then let us transition to Betty bedtime. Yes?
Oh, God.
Wait.
Yeah.
This is the most terrifying shit we have to do.
Wait.
What?
See, that's
do
why
I
we
ha-
gotta go to
do
his
I have
eyes.
any? Do I have enough time tonight to make a potion?
Yeah, that should be enough time, right? Because potions are what, 2 hours?
Depends on the level, but yes,
Yeah,
usually 2
I think
hours.
so. I think it's...
I believe it's based on spell level.
Yeah, I'm double checking real quick. I used to have all this stuff in my head, but...
See,
yeah,
if you go
as
to
long as
Kazaizen-
as long as it costs less than 250 gold, it will only take you about 2 hours. So you'd have time before bed to brew a potion. What do you want to brew a potion of?
I'd like to.
Let me grab my.
You still have
PhD
that other
real quick
potion,
while
right,
you're
you
thinking.
made?
1 second.
Yeah. You still have that other potion of cure light wounds or whatever you have?
Yeah, I still have the other cure moderate.
Oh, cure moderate. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, you know what you want to brew?
Aha, let's just make a bunch of horseback.
You cannot make potions of mount.
Dang it.
It has to be something that targets a.
I wanted to become the mount.
Yeah, we're like we drink it and become centaurs.
That would be a badass potion, actually.
Why can't I actually make that?
You can. Well, technically, you can. It would be a specific use of alter self, but it would only give you some of the abilities of a centaur because you can't put polymorph in a potion. All right, so potions are 50 times the spell level times the caster level. So, what do you want to make a potion of?
I might just make another cure moderate.
Okay.
Alright.
Let me double check price on that. That's 3 times 2 times 2 times 15. I'll say you can get that done in 2 hours. That's fine. It's a little. Oh no, because it's been divided, right? So yeah, that is fine. You can brew a potion that's
how
going to
much is
cost
it?
you. I forgot what it was. 300 times. $135. It is actually easy enough to do that.
If you actually bring this up to us, I'm pretty sure we'd like pay you for potions to if you handed them out or something. Just so you know, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know how well I can really hand them out, considering I have time to make one potion. And
Well,
Yeah.
Keep
I'm
in
just saying
mind.
the future.
So keep in mind, as far as potion making is concerned, it does only take you 2 hours per potion if you're making low level potions. Additionally, you'll have downtime throughout the game. And you're probably going to want to distribute the potions not just for yourself, but also for the party members. The potions don't really keep you well alive if the rest of the party is dying constantly. So it might be in your best interest to inform party members of the abilities you have, especially when a certain leader of the party had already asks you what skills you have.
True. Then I will probably bring that up at some point and tell them I have learned how to make.
Okay, well let's have that happen over dinner. So before the end of dinner, why don't you inform them of what you plan to do?
So I've recently been figuring out how to make potion. I actually have already managed to a cure moderate one. And I was thinking that I could use this ability to make the party some potions. That way we can have more healing on hand.
That sounds amazing.
It's
Sounds
just
like
the same.
trash.
Sounds almost too good to be too good to be true.
What did you just do? What did you not go over?
Hopefully, none of your spirits are involved in this. They've been messing
No,
around too
unfortunately, just one.
lately. Alright.
Somebody say spirits?
Nice.
Yeah, if this is the same type of ability that you used to basically bring me back from near death. It definitely felt powerful. Is it? You're actually capable of putting this into a. You're able to harness this? That's intriguing. How does that feel?
Feel. What do you mean by feel?
Do you not have physical, like, do you not sense anything? Like, if I poke you, do you not feel that?
I can feel that.
Okay, well, what you implied that you can feel. So,
corporeal as the spirit.
and then the hotel people come in again, like, okay, now you're poking the girl. That last time you were screaming at her, now you're poking.
This is actually an interesting question. So, in every spellcaster, like in every arcane spellcaster, the way that you move magic is you kind of like are pulling it from the earth through your body and manifesting it out through your fingers or through like some other part of your body. So for every person who does it, it might feel a little different. Like, let's start with one that's probably an easy one. Arius, how does it feel when you channel your magic through your body?
I think you would feel, quote unquote, electrifying. I think I would feel like sparks of electricity flow through me, no matter what spell I cast. I think that's the feeling that goes through Arya.
And how does it work for Maldronicus?
It's like there's a lot of like numbers and letters inside my head, and as I do things, they sort of assemble in such a way, such that I don't really see the world the same. The spell just manifests in front of me. Yes, I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I see the Matrix.
I was thinking more. Did you ever see that show from the '90s, Action Man?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like,
Yeah.
time slows down and you're just like solving everything.
And I was actually thinking of from the actual show, what was that show? Numbers.
Oh, Numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how we see. So what does it look like to you then? If you can't describe it as a feeling, what does it look like?
Yeah, what does the ghostly caster feel or see while she's conjuring up magic?
Ghost.
But how? Like, how does it feel like the ghosts are touching you? Does it feel like you're kind of like tapping into the spirits and talking to them, and the spirits are kind of granting you what's happening? What kind of happens with that as you're casting it?
We're having a nice chat.
So do the ghosts talk back while you're casting the spell? Is it like you're communing with the ghosts?
Yeah.
You're just extracting this from dead bodies, aren't you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do any of the ghosts go into these potions that we're asking you to make? Because
No.
I don't know about drinking dead people.
You are not drinking any ghost.
How much ectoplasm is there?
Okay, if that's the
How
case,
much corpse dust is in there?
if that's the case, I would ask you how much it would take to make one of those healing spells that you saved my life with yesterday.
So real quick, Spinks, actually, give me a knowledge arcana. I want to see how much you know about why the spirits can give you magic. Very good. So you could actually explain why the potions don't actually have spirits in them, but why they are kind of touched by spirits. The way that the spirits work is the spirits kind of act as your conduit for the magic. So they're whispering to you the secrets of like, here is how you do this spell. When you talk to your turtle, your turtle is kind of talking to you like with a voice that doesn't quite match what the turtle looks like. Obviously, it's not like a "I'm a little turtle" voice. It's almost like a more booming kind of voice. Still somewhat soft because it's still coming from a very small body, but very like if somebody else were listening to it, it would sound a lot different than what they might expect a turtle of that size to sound like. And he's kind of like guiding you to what spirits are out there that will help you and how to like speak to the right spirits to get you access to the spells that are kind of floating around in the air around you. And so when you commune with those spirits kind of whisper into your ear like, here is what you should do, and they kind of like draw the mana up for you, or not mana. They draw the ether up for you to be able to like work into the things that you need them to work into. And when you're producing the potions, they're kind of like moving the energy around the potion, and they're doing some of the mixing while you're doing some of the brewing stuff, and they're adding little ingredients here and there, but they're not like the ingredients that you would add, like you're adding physical ingredients. The spirits are like flowing around, and they're adding these little bits of magical energy that they pull up from the area around them. So that's kind of like how your brewing of potions would work, and how you would like socially interact with the spirits to pull your magic out. There's a second way you could have chosen to pull magic out of spirits, which is that you kind of brute force the magic out of the spirits. Like you tell the spirits what to do, and the spirits kind of like follow your commands. So yeah.
Huh.
So how much would it cost to one of these? As I mentioned, the spell that you cast on me yesterday to bring me back consciousness.
It was around 135 gold.
For the materials?
Yeah.
As a craftsman myself, I always reward people for their time. So here's I'll give you 150 gold, so you can just add 15 to your sheet, and the 135 would conduct.
Well, I would suggest we would use the party fund to fund these potions, as the party will be using them, unless anyone wants individual requests of her. That would make the most sense, no?
I'd say we've already like agreed. I mean, I'd say purchasing of items. I would think we should probably take out of our own funds. If you don't want a potion, then that's fine. But we don't want to drain the party fund completely now after we just agreed on keeping that some amount.
Well, what are we going to use it for if not for communal items that we'll be using? We should fund the party fund with some potions, and people take them as they need them.
So party potions.
Party potions.
We rule the earth.
Unless you all want to individually purchase them from Sphinx, that's fine as well. I just think it would be a good use to have some on hand if we needed them, not to empty our
I
wallets.
think if someone's really low, I don't mind using the party fund to make sure that someone has access to those. But if we can afford them for now, I think we should avoid doing that, just because it may encourage people to act recklessly and just know that they can keep replenishing whatever they need party.
Fair enough.
That would be my concern is all.
All right. Fair enough.
But like again, we can vote on that if we want. I really worry about everyone trying to just buy items from the.
Well, it should just be reasonable, obviously. Everyone gets like a 2 potions each or something, and the party fund pays for that. Or a potion each or something. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Just a thought.
Yeah. At one point. Yeah. Again, like I said, I'm open to whatever with it. I at least will buy my own potion. So, like I said, I'll give you 150 gold, Sphinx Aura. You can keep 15 of that, and the other 135 just goes.
Alright. Then I'll hand him a potion of Cure Mind.
Okay.
The one I already had.
Oh, that's right, because you have 2 of them on you right now.
Yeah. Well, I will make one after dinner.
Right.
But I currently have the one made for him.
I was really hoping you would hand him a potion of grease.
So, Sphinx, we have, 2 nights here? Are you planning on making potions throughout our spare time here?
If I can get my hands on me.
Well, Zeke, Cassius, are you commissioning any potions from her? Because
No, I only have around 200 gold total, so I can't. That
Well,
uses
then-
all my fund.
I suggest for your potion, the party fund covers it. And I have 300 gold, so how has everyone agreed to 1 potion each from the party fund? The cost is 1 potion each, so everyone gets a potion. Initial potion.
I'm fine with that.
So yeah, maybe give Spinks the cost of 3 more potions, and she can make us 1 each.
How many potions in total do you have crafted already, Sphinxor?
I just had the one. I
just
know
had
I'm
the one?
planning.
So you
I
need
know
gold
it.
for 4? Okay. Then the next, whatever funds we're getting in the future, most of it will be going to replenish in the fund for now, but which is fine. Okay. So,
Alright, so
as is.
Sphinx's tomorrow will basically be a lot of brewing potions.
And she's friggin' rich now.
Yeah, you can so you can add 60 gold total, Sphinxor, from whatever you were before we started talking about this.
This was moderate wounds, right? You
Yep,
said?
moderate wounds. So they are 2d8 plus 3.
Caster level is 3.
Caster level is 3. Unless you want to make it a higher caster level, but that'll raise the price. Because no, I think you're still
No,
3 right now, right?
She
Yeah.
can lower it, she can't higher it.
No, I thought she was 4. The other group is 4, so I got
Oh, okay, I got you.
levels confused.
Sorry, what's the roll? 2d8 plus 3?
2d8 plus 3.
Plus 3. Thank you.
Welcome. Yep. If you guys want to just put the slot in there for your potion, and then I'll throw the code in there later. Oh, nope. Somebody's already getting ahead of themselves. Macro man. I still gotta go over that macro.
Yeah. Good shit. Alright, guys, any other plans for tonight? Are we good to head to bed? Spinks, how are you feeling? Last time you woke up in the middle of the night and you were in the hallway. Are you gonna be okay?
I hope so. I really have no idea what.
Sounds very reassuring. Everyone lock your doors tightly tonight. If no one voices anything, I'm gonna head to bed.
Okay. Alright, so all of you head to bed for the evening. And let's see where we start off about Dreamy Dreamland. In fact, I actually know where we should start. Because this could directly affect other people's dreams. So let's start with Spixara.
I want to put like something in front of the door, but I don't have anything big enough to try and block my own door.
Get a dream catcher.
Alright.
Block the door with the dream catcher?
Ward out all the evil dreams.
So, Spinxara, you make your way to bed. Let me have you make a will save and see how well you sleep through the night. Ooh, almost. So you drift off to sleep, but your body doesn't seem to do quite the same. You kind of sit up in bed. Arius tricked you. He knew you'd get killed. He wanted you to die. Arius must die. You make your way to the door. You go to open the door. Give me a will save. Alright, and you will pass out in front of the door. Then let's do this random at this time, unless somebody wants to have theirs done. No? Okay. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly content with random.
Nobody wants any dreams.
All right.
It's all gonna happen
Zeke,
sooner or later.
You're next. All right. You drift off as you normally do, and I'm gonna need a will save from you.
All right.
Ooh. Zeke boy, where are you?
Got him.
I found you. Hello, Zeke.
Do I recognize
Wakey.
the voice?
Wakey. You do. You thought for certain that it couldn't find you.
I'm raging.
You can't. You're sleeping. You slowly get up from your bed. Now, where are you? I found you, but I don't see where you are. Something's stopping me. Oh, but I'll find you. I just need you to go outside. You start walking over to the door, and you go to open the door, and then you get a will save at the door. Oh, Zeke, I can feel you fighting back. We can't have this. And you open up the door, and you start wandering around the hallway, looking back and forth. Where? This is some kind of inn. But where? Ooh, you know who might know? The innkeeper. Let's head down and see if he knows. And you start wandering towards the stairs. Give me a will save. Ooh, give me an acrobatics.
To not trip over Sphinx.
No, she's in a room still.
Oh, so you're gonna get another will after this. So give me a second will, one more will save. Okay, you tumble down the stairs. Is like whatever this force is that you're fighting against is like trying to get you to move down them, and you just tumble down them. And for a moment, like you feel like I think the voice is gone. No, I'm still here. Let's go talk to Mr. Innkeeper, shall we? He'll tell us where you are. And you wander over to the counter. And you wait a moment, and you get another will save as time passes. Oh, Zeke, don't be like this. Don't leave. And you pass out on the counter. All right. Who's next? All right, Mal, it's your turn. Okay, so I have a question that I specifically need answered here. At the end of the last session, the Black Blade was not handed back to Mal. Did anything change at any point during the evening?
It did go back in his hand, though.
No, the Black Blade did not.
You said it did because when he was raising his hand or something, it went back.
No, that was the Blue Blade. You took the Blue Blade at one point as well.
No, I only had the Black Blade.
Okay, then that was a misspeak on my part. So the Black Blade does not return. Then I did misspeak.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay, then I still have it.
The Black Blade does not automatically jump back. So
Okay,
you guys, if there was an interaction, we should roll back to that real quick.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if in character he remembered that or noticed he didn't have
Right.
it.
Let's. We can try to determine that now. So, is that something Maldronicus would have tried to have gotten back?
Yeah, most likely. I mean, I'm still trying to determine what these beings are and like how I'm supposed to. So I can't really study them if they're not in my possession.
Okay, and I apologize for that misspeak last session. That is not supposed to happen.
Okay. So I think if you would ask for it back, I would have said, is it okay if I hang on to it just for combat situations, and I'll give it back to you after we're safe. I don't remember where we were when we were back in the town. This was before we knew we were traveling, I guess.
Right.
So I'll just put forth that I want to hang on to it just for a little bit. If he says he really wants it back, I'll hand it over.
Okay.
I guess. Do you even know how to use it?
As well as any man would. And I'll kind of just like swing it in front of him.
Give me. Do you actually have that on your list of proficiencies?
No.
Okay. So
Wait. What am I proficient with? I don't even know.
usually as a sorcerer, not. So Mal,
Yeah,
why don't
probably
you give
not.
me a perception? Is he swinging that around? You're.
Is it a simple weapon?
Nope.
No,
Okay,
it is a
then
martial
I'm not
weapon.
proficient. No, I'm not.
So yeah, Mal, go ahead and give me a perception, or a sense motive would do, but a perception's fine. So yeah, you can see as he's like swinging it around. He's swinging it around in the same way like a child would swing around a wooden sword. It moves a little better than a child would because it's obviously got a magical enchantment to it, but you can tell it's it moving it and not him.
As your commander, I just might want to point out that although it's every man's desire, people may want to, people that are trying to kill us won't go easy on you, and if I was fighting you, you'd already be dead if you were trying to defend yourself with that.
So what you're saying is I need more practice with it.
Your form is terrible, and I'm not even a soldier.
Perhaps you could, we could spar and you could teach me how to use it.
It's potentially, yeah.
All right.
I'm still,
Is it okay if I practice with it then? I hang on to it and I'll maybe increase my skill.
oh, here, I'll tell you what, I'll throw him like one of my old scimitars. This has done me well, and if you need to practice this with something, then practice with this, and if you need to use one of the special ones in some situation, you can, but I need to sort of, whenever I'm disconnected from them, it's been sort of messing with my head.
I know that feeling. Say no more. I'll hand him back the scimitar and take the old one.
Okay. Hello again. I'm back.
I was sorry to be gone.
You never left. What are you talking about? Does he say that out loud or is it a mental thing?
Originally Mal did say that like whenever he's communicating with them, he's not used to the idea that they're in his head, but he's not talking in his head. That was what I got from you, correct?
Yeah, it's probably gonna become like a thing where still now I still probably say shit out loud.
Okay.
Unless I'm intentionally remembering, like when we did the trick on the cabbage or the carrot.
No,
that, like,
on the
I
cabbage.
don't
The trick
have
on
to
the
speak.
cabbage.
But until
Okay.
I like get more used to them, I'm still probably like speaking out loud at times.
Okay.
Oh, great! This shit again.
You're in bed. You're in bed.
Oh, I thought this was
wait, no,
earlier.
oh yeah, you're
this
right.
was
This
a
is that.
retcon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When he's just swinging around his sword at dinner, and I'm debating on whether or not I should trip him.
Okay, so then while I'm sleeping, I would be in contact.
Okay.
Too.
Excellent. So you will be hoisted into your dream. You are there, and once again, you're kind of in an open plain. Let me start a little bit different music here. I wish I would have remembered this music before. I need to stop one part of it though, because this part wouldn't play. Whoops. So, you're in a very open area, very open, kind of white, empty space. And once again, you can hear one of the blades speak to you. Mal, are you there?
This time I'd be a little bit more ready for it. I was curious if you would come again into my thoughts.
I'm a little worried, Mal. I feel like something's off. This is, as you turn, this is the blue blade speaking to you. I feel like we're somewhat distant. Again, there for a moment I felt very close to you, but now it's suddenly much softer again.
Yeah, I had almost perished yesterday. Just kind of got myself into a bad situation, I guess, with someone I couldn't handle. But I'm still nursing the wounds, and my energy's starting to come back, but it wasn't a very pleasant encounter for sure. Do you sense when I'm dying? Is that what you're trying to say?
I could sense that when that happened. I knew you had lost consciousness. My ability to find you was not there, but this is different. This is like something else is pulling your thoughts away from me, so I can't quite speak the same. Mal, are you there? Maldronicus? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Didn't you just say hello already?
The black blade comes into view as you focus on the voice that you heard. Mal, do you know who I am? Did the woman help you figure that out?
Which woman? Oh, the one who speaks to ghosts?
Yes. Did she know?
Unfortunately, it seems like we're gonna need a more advanced approach to begin finding your identities. Perhaps if we can get you somewhere where your memories are, you have memories of, it may trigger another memory. I was thinking. Do you remember anything at all from before you became in this form?
Give me a charisma check.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
Pretty good, actually.
It's about as good as I can hope for.
So you asked that, and I remember my father. I know there was something happening, something bad, but I don't remember much about him.
Let's see. What's he wearing? Remember him?
I remember skins of animals, and I remember the scent of something coldy, something dark in color, I think, of smell, but I don't know what it is. I don't remember much. I'm sorry. Mal, are you there? Where are you? What happened?
I draw my attention back to the other one, and I say, yes, it's possible part of the reason you feel detached is while I'm trying to deal with this new interaction and how to balance it, there's another one that may need our help guiding it find its identity as you did once you were reborn in this.
Another one?
Yes, one like you, a sentient soul trapped in these craft.
And you feel like maybe she's lost and doesn't know her way?
She seems to be having amnesia. Would you have said that that's the case with you? Did you have amnesia?
I did. When
you
first here.
How did you go about recounting your memory?
It took time, interacting, things happening. I think we spoke of this, didn't we? Maybe in another place, at another time, or in the same place, at another time?
Yeah, we had briefly mentioned, but I don't think, I was hoping you might be able to give more specifics of what triggered it. Was it just purely time? Or were there specific events that happened during that time that helped?
Some of the bonding helped. Some of the locations I would visit that were similar to places I would recognize through the eyes of the beholder would help.
Okay. So essentially.
But Mal.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I think our time here is closing in to an end. Mal.
Are you dying?
No. You're going to wake up and It's nice to be this close to you. When you awaken, you feel a little more distant. You know?
Oh, when I'm asleep, it's just my mind, and my mind is my gift. When I'm awake, I'm just a mind in a violent and reckless world.
Yes. So
Sleeping's nice.
so much further away. I look forward to being near you again, Mal. Good night. And you'll wake up.
I say I look forward to being near you again.
Oh.
And the rest of us sleep just fine.
Nope. All right. Let's see.
I don't want to Google this, but is there a term for like? I don't even want to Google this. I'm gonna end up on some sort of watch list.
All right. So Cassius.
Oh, for having sex with swords?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say.
Cassius, you are in the middle of the plains again, with the Wayfinder out. You are feeling a bit lost, even as you try to put it away.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've been here before.
All right. You look
Am
around.
I by myself or?
You look around. Your party is there. Spinksara's face is your Wayfinder.
I'm gonna just take it. Yeet!
All right. So you throw Spinksara's face or the Wayfinder.
The Wayfinder.
Okay.
What?
So you throw the Wayfinder as far as you can, and you feel even more lost than ever.
So can I throw Sphinxara's face, or is that not?
Yeah, you can. You grab it and you toss Spinksara and her face with her, and it goes flying, and you feel even more lost than you did before. Like you feel all of a sudden, like you look around, the rest of your party is missing. There's no other fixtures around you. It's become very dark, and the sun starts to rise in the distance. The sun looking like your Wayfinder.
Nope. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Are you going to look to your Wayfinder, or are you going to look away? You shoot at the sun! Your bolt flies forward and it strikes the Wayfinder, and for a moment you feel as if it struck you in the head. The world around you starts to ring violently, screaming, yelling. Your eyes shoot open, and someone is yelling outside your window.
I'm gonna look outside my window without moving as much as possible.
There's no one and nothing there to have
Nope.
yelled.
Opening my window, looking outside.
Nothing. Give me a perception. You're looking around. Your Wayfinder is on the ground outside.
I'm gonna go. I'm assuming we're on like the second floor.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll go out the window.
You're just gonna jump down?
Why not?
Okay. You jump down out of the window. And you take 1 point of falling damage.
Oof.
And you like land next to your Wayfinder.
Is it cracked?
It is not cracked. And when you pick it up, it's spinning. And as you pick it up, you notice it starts to like stop spinning and starts moving, and then rests in a way that you like adjust a little bit, and you look up at the stars, or not the stars, you look up at the sky where the moon is. It's not pointing north. Not even close.
I'm gonna kind of like turn it around. Is it still pointing in the same direction?
It keeps pointing in the same direction.
All right, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna like kind of move around it to get an idea of like how close in proximity it is.
This
or if
must
it's
be
like
something very far away, because no matter where you move, it's still pointing quite a ways away from you. Give me a survival. You can narrow down that it is pointing somewhere southwest.
All right, I will. Probably don't have anything to write with, so I'll just have to remember that, I guess. Yeah, I don't have anything to write with, so. I'm gonna.
There's a vial of ink. You should have taken it.
And then I could have wrote on all those booths. I guess. Just smash the ink with it, and then just write Southwest on there. You said it was Southwest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Southwest.
I guess I'll
the worst of the airlines.
I guess I'll go back into my room, but I'm not gonna climb the building because that seems like a lot of work and I don't have ranks to climb.
Yep.
So I was kind of like walk back in and go back up to my room and.
Okay, your door's locked.
Of course it's locked. Let's see. I don't suppose I could diplomacy it into opening up for me.
I mean, you might be able to get the person downstairs to get you into the room.
Oh wait, damn, sleight of hand is
That's if you wanted to steal the key and it were in a like precariously available position.
Or my bad, disable the device. You need a rank in it, and I do not currently have a rank in it.
You do.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just go see if the innkeeper will let me in the room.
That's not the right skill.
Oh. Is that better?
That is much better. The you're able to talk your way into him letting you back in the room. As he opens it up, like he sees your gear is there, he kind of recognizes you roughly. Remembers that you have like some kind of weird like rope weapon thing that was on your belt, and yeah, let you on in.
All right, I'm gonna check and see if it's still locked before we go in there.
It is no longer locked because now that you're walking in, it has been unlocked.
Oh, so he does it remotely, I'm assuming?
No, he came up with a key and he unlocked the door for you.
Oh, okay.
And then let you in, and then he closed the door behind himself. And your key is on the inside where you left it before.
Yeah, I was gonna check. I meant to check before he unlocked it to see if it was still locked.
Okay. Yeah, it was
Just
still
in
locked
case.
when he came up. He unlocked it to get you in.
I mean, that makes sense. I probably locked it when I went to sleep. So, yeah, so I want to go outside and try to kill any party members. I'm gonna search my room.
Okay. There's nothing to find in your room?
Everything's where I left it.
Yep, everything is where you left it.
I'm gonna look back outside real quick.
Okay, nothing's there. And your wayfinder is no longer pointing southwest.
Huh. That's weird. I'm gonna close my window before I try to pretend like I'm gonna be able to fall back asleep.
Okay. You'll be able to fall back asleep, it just won't be quite so restful.
Oh, good.
Arius.
So like every other night.
Arius. It's playtime. You're back in your room.
I didn't even get to make a will save.
Oh, you don't will save. This is Dreamland. Dreamland doesn't have will saves.
I'm back as a kid and in my room again.
Yep.
Alright, I'll look around. Is my toy there?
Your toy is there. You have it in your hands this time as you start in the room.
Okay, I kind of look at it. It looks the same as it always has. Nothing changed.
No.
Am I like aware of like what's happening? Like, am I in my like current mind state, or am I just like dazed and confused? Or...
So each time you're gonna gain a little bit more of your own personal mind state back, but right now you're each time as it started, you're kind of like child you with like blips of your adult memory creeping in each time you experience this. Like there's some recognition that's slowly occurring that like, wait, this can't be right because I'm reliving the same experience over and over and over again.
Right. I would be getting like a feeling of deja vu. Or
Yeah.
something. Okay.
You then hear the shouting from outside in the hall.
I'll rush towards the shouting.
Okay. You rush to the door and get to the hallway. The shouting is coming from your left.
I turn to my left.
The shouting gets louder.
Can I discern what it's saying, or is it just like incoherent yelling?
Give me a perception. You can't.
Would I be afraid of it, or is it like a worrying shouting? Like, do I want to run towards? Like, do I think it's my parents shouting? Or
It sounds kind of angry. It could be your parents. Maybe your parents are mad.
I'll kind of try and get closer to it here, see if I can hear what it's saying.
Okay. You take a few steps closer. Give me another perception. Okay. With that, you can hear. It's a failure. They're all failures. We keep producing failures. We cannot continue this downturn in success. We've got to do something about it. Now listen, it's not that bad. We have had success. We have not had enough successes. This cannot continue. Do you want to move closer towards it? It seems to be kind of getting softer.
If I'm in a childhood mindset and I don't have any like Arius thoughts, I would want to move closer to it out of curiosity. Like,
Okay.
What are these voices and what's going on?
You start moving forward, and the room starts to get a little bit cooler, a little bit more chilly. The floor starts to feel kind of cold under your feet, and there's a bit of a breeze coming down the hallway. Listen, money is becoming a problem. We cannot afford to keep this up at the way things are going. We have to make some decisions. We have to choose what we're going to do. Yes, but this is pretty drastic. It is, but sometimes you have to take drastic actions. And then you start to hear growling, Arius.
Can I determine what kind of growl, like what creature is making this growl?
Do you have any ranks in knowledge?
Nature?
Nature? Yeah.
Yep.
Go for it. So this sounds like some kind of dog.
Some kind of dog.
And then it starts barking.
Oh.
And you can hear the barking getting closer to you. And you can hear claws on the floor beneath it.
Do I get a spasm of the deja vu of the claws trying to claw at me last time?
You do.
I will immediately break into a run in the opposite direction.
All right, you start running, and you can hear it getting closer, faster, and faster, and faster. And then you feel a claw reach out to you. And you can feel it. You can feel the wind as it whizzes by your back. And you wake up.
Am I in cold sweat, the usual deal?
Yep.
Where's my toy?
It is wrapped up in your arms.
And I didn't go to sleep that way.
Nope.
So I kind of wake up like clutching the toy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll kind of blink a few times, look around my room. Is anyone in my room?
Nope. No one is in your room.
I'll look at the toy and say, "What is this? What's going on?"
I don't know.
It speaks to me immediately.
Yeah, I don't...
Do I see the mouth moving?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have... I have only what you have to remember. I'm sorry.
How are you speaking to me? How is this possible?
You're seeing what you want to see, what you need to see to make it easier.
Is there such a thing as disbelieving illusions in this? I don't know how
Yes.
that works. Can I try to disbelieve an illusion in front of me?
Sure.
I don't know how I go about that.
You would
Is that
make a
like
will save
or-
if you're trying to disbelieve. If you think it's an illusion, you can try to disbelieve it.
Okay.
Nope. It does
Really?
not seem to be an illusion.
You don't have any idea what's going on here? Am I going crazy?
I wish I did. I would share with you if I did.
Were you in my dream? Did you see what I saw?
I did. That was scary sounds. Something tried to get us.
It's a vague memory. It seems I'm a child in these dreams, and I don't. It seems like maybe I blocked this memory out or something. I don't really recall this from my childhood.
Memories can sometimes feel spotty. It can be hard to piece things together if something traumatic enough happened, right?
Yes.
Perhaps that's it.
Do you know anything outside of what I know?
I don't think so.
Can you read my mind?
I don't know. I don't think I read your mind, but I feel like I am your mind.
Do you know about what I'm doing with Blacksmith Inc.? Because I haven't spoken of that, and it's only in my thoughts.
I feel something important to you when you mention that. Something that you want. But I don't... The details for me are fuzzy.
Do you know how you came to be in my possession?
I've always been with you.
That's not true.
I have.
I didn't have you when I... What do you mean?
You forgot about me. I've been there the whole time. You wouldn't let me go. I'm important to keeping you together. I've been there. You just never noticed. You forgot. I think now that things are getting stressful and difficult, perhaps, you realize you need me again, just like you did then.
Then being these dreams I've been having, the childhood memory that I'm trying to forget?
Yes, when we were young. It's about time that I have to stop talking now. Goodbye. And it
Hello?
returns to just being a toy.
When you say returns to just being a toy, does something visibly change about it? Like before it was seeming lifelike and moving, now it's kind of just an actual... I know it's a toy.
Yeah, you can make it move now, but it moves like a toy does. It's got very joint-based movement. It moves a little like... It still moves like it has the joints, but it moves like the joints don't have the same impact. Like, it seems like it has the ability to force itself a little past what the joints would normally allow it to do.
Alright, after it stops talking, I place it on... If there's like a stand near me or a bedside kind of thing, I'll kind of place it there and stare at it as I try to fall asleep again.
Okay. Yeah, you'll fall easily back asleep for a little while. And that will take us to the next morning.
Sleep. That sleep music is disturbing.
I was so excited when I found that music. I was like, oh, it's like the perfect music for this. Oh, that is... Let me see if I can find who does that real quick, because I was really proud of that. And I lost track of the artist. Anyway, you guys are up. I'll let you know as soon as I find that. What are your plans for the morning?
I will be trying to commission that manor being made.
Okay.
See if it can be made in a day or two.
That is a Natu that does that.
It's a what?
A Natu. I have it. There's a link to it in the YouTube notes for all of the artists who I found new royalty-free music for. So.
I'm sorry. I was so confused. You're
Sorry.
saying the name of the artist.
Yeah, the name of the artist.
He asked, like, makes, like, I want to have the thing commission. You said that's
Sorry.
a Natu that does that. And I'm like, what the heck is a Natu?
Sorry.
Like, is
Was
this
that
some
like
sort
a?
of- Yeah.
Is that an ancient
God.
Native American god? What's that?
Yeah.
I am a Natu.
Um,
I will be in the next. I will be in a future magic set.
But not this upcoming one, because that's all fairy tales.
And the worst promo ever.
I haven't seen the promo.
It's
The
really
cards are interesting.
It's a really bad promo video.
Oh, the video.
Yeah. All right.
my only
Go ahead.
my only two things I've been doing is I'd have another library mission after that dream last night,
Okay.
and I need to go to the armor smith and just buy an armor.
Excellent. And Spinks,
Buy an armor.
you're busy brewing potions. Are there any
Yeah,
potions? Go ahead. What's up?
Yeah, right after I lay on the floor for a few minutes trying to figure out, like, why the heck I'm, like, laying right in front of my door.
Yeah.
At least it's not Arius's door this time.
And then Zeke, what are you planning to do?
I'm planning on drinking alcohol and staying in my room after the last night.
All right, Cassius, you on the same plan?
I'm going to follow the first part of that and then go see if I can find some maps of I guess whatever's on this side of the mountain range.
No problem. All right, so
Because I need to find
Arius,
what's southwest.
Arius, let's jump real quick to you getting the banner made. When you
I would. Sorry, I just want to make sure I bring Mal with me
okay,
for the first part, just so they have an image of him to work off of.
Just describe me as like the ugliest orc you've ever seen in your life.
I would just approach you and say, like, listen, I need you to come with me. I need your likeness represented on this banner I spoke of earlier.
Okay.
It's important.
I agree.
okay. So you'll bring him along. You can have this commission if you bring the bolted cloth. They'll do this
Yeah.
for you at absolutely no charge, because you
Okay.
brought them most of the materials to do it. So it's basically just them painting the stuff onto the cloth and calling it a day.
Okay. For what I want on it, I want this man here, and I'll point to Mildronicus, and I'll say I want him shaking hands with a humanoid mantis in the center of the banner.
Oh, what?
Like, you know, a mantis creature?
Yeah, I
Make
know
it
what a
human-
mantis is. You said
Yes,
a humanoid mantis.
Yes. Make it into a humanoid-ish creature. How
What?
you would have been-
Give it
Use your
human
artistic-
features is what
Like
my
give it
companion.
a mantis with a human head, but mandibles?
Just make it a normal human head, but then make it like outstretching a mantis arm thing.
Okay, a pincer?
Yeah, that thing. And
Okay.
make Mal here shaking it in the center. and
Like
around
a
the
baby?
edges- No, he's shaking the pincer like a handshake.
Oh.
Like a Polaroid picture?
Yeah, yes. And on the edges of it, I want various creatures of the wild.
like
around
bunnies
looking-
and Crenshaw.
I'm trying to think back of what we fought. What did we fight? We fought
All the cute
some
ones.
badgers and
badgers, badgers, ravens, and yes, those sorts of creatures around the edges, and make them look happy.
You're sure this is gonna work? This sounds really weird.
It's gonna work. Make the banner enough to cover, to be seen from afar.
All right, I'll have my best gnome artist work on it. So we gotta have an ugly guy, a human mantis
Whoa.
man,
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
some badgers, some ravens, and they're gonna shake hands, but not like a baby.
The human mantis is shaking hands with Maldronicus here. Yes.
Right, and are they also shaking hands with the badgers and the ravens?
No. The rest can be scattered amongst the poster.
All right. So ravens all over the poster, badgers around the mantis man, shaking hands with the ugly guy.
Sure.
All right.
We need this for tomorrow.
Yeah, we should be able to have it done.
Rush order.
That's fine.
There'll be a good tip in it for you if it looks good.
That's always nice.
And yeah, I'll leave them to it.
All right. Mal, I believe you said you were going to the library?
Yeah, library, and maybe I do the armor first, since
Okay.
the library might take longer.
No problem. Yeah, you can meet there. What are you looking for? There's really only one armorsmith here. One of the things you do notice going around here is there's really just kind of one of each type of establishment that you're looking for.
Okay.
I have a actual armorsmith in town. Let me get his details. If I saved them to the right place. If I didn't, I'm going to be really mad at myself, but I have been known to do that.
Get mad at yourself.
And save things to the wrong place. Both of those things are factual situations. Yeah, I did not save the armorsmith, so let's pull one up here. Alright, so you can head on over to the armorsmith. It is a... Let me get the right race of creature here. One sec. Do this right. Alright, it is a stout male dwarf. That keeps a that is like playing with a small silver dagger or a small steel dagger on the counter as you come walking in.
Greetings, fellow craftsmen.
Hello.
I look around his shop, and in general, am I impressed by the quality of his craftsmanship?
You are impressed by the quality of gear that he has. He has some stuff that has some price tags on it that are crazy high. He's got the shiniest full plate you've ever seen in your entire life. Right next to another set of the next shiniest full plate you've ever seen in your entire life. And by comparison, he's got regular full plate there that it's got a reasonable shine, but nowhere close to the other two. And he's got some other various, very expensive items hanging about the shop or resting around, and then some, more traditional armaments.
How do you, that's a beautiful finish you have. How did you get it to shine like that? It always got dirty from me.
Oh, this'll never become dirty. He walks over to it, and he, tries to make a mess of it, and the grime doesn't stick to it. It just kind of slowly drips off.
Hey, Steve, I need a second. I gotta go AFK for a second.
That's fine. Can we actually take a short break, and we'll come back to this? I hate to interrupt an encounter, but
Yep. That's fine.
thank you. We will be right back.